June 6, 1944, Omaha Beach. As the 352nd Infantry Division fights for its life against the American 1st Division, Oberlieutenant Franz Gockel scrawls in his diary, "They keep coming, not like soldiers, like a force of nature." Meanwhile, near Cannes, Hauptmann Helmut Ritgen of Panzerlehr watches British tanks advance and notes, "Every movement is precise, mechanical, and terrifying." These men witnessed the same war, but their enemies could not have been more different. Today, we reveal exactly what German veterans said about the ultimate World War II rivalry: American aggression versus British discipline. Using never-before translated diaries, classified after-action reports, and post-war interrogations, this is the definitive comparison, through the eyes of those who fought both. The Germans coined a term for American warfare, Materialschlacht, the Battle of Materials, and no one documented it better than Oberst Hans von Luck of the 21st Panzer Division. His after-action report from Kasserine Pass, February 1943, states, "The Americans lack our tactical tradition, but their artillery responds 3 times faster. When their forward observer calls, shells land before we can relocate." Luftwaffe ace Hans-Joachim Marseille wrote in his final diary entry, September 1942, "Their P-40s are inferior to my 109, but today I saw 50 of them. Where do they get so many planes?" While Americans overwhelmed with firepower, the British earned a darker nickname. General Feldmarschall Erwin Rommel wrote to his wife on November 2, 1942, "The Tommies dig in like termites. Even when we break their lines, they cling to rubble and die rather than retreat." Sanitätsunteroffizier Rolf Monk of the 15th Panzer Division noted, "British wounded refuse morphine until after their mates are treated. This is not normal soldier behavior." On D-Day, the 352nd Division's Gefreiter Heinrich Sevelow, the Beast of Omaha, fired 12,000 MG-42 rounds into the 1st Division. His post-war memoir, WN-62, admits, "By the 5th wave, I realized these were not men, they were machines. They walked through their dead as if ghosts." Unterscharführer Rudolf Schroeder of the 12th SS Hitlerjugend wrote on June 8th, "Americans charged machine guns without cover. At first we laughed, until we ran out of ammunition." Meanwhile, the British 50th Division moved differently. Major Hans von der Heide of Panzerlehr reported, "Their tanks advance exactly 200 meters, then stop to bombard us. It's maddening, like playing chess against a computer." Schütze Urs Kruger, 3rd Fallschirmjäger, noted in Cannes, "Canadians clear houses room by room. Americans would have called naval guns and erased the block." In 1944, the SS compiled a secret report, Tactical Comparison of Anglo-American Forces. Lieutenant Klaus Fischer's analysis concluded, close combat, British, commandos trained in Fairbairn Sykes knife fighting. Artillery response, Americans, 3-minute average versus Germany's 15. Night fighting, British, feared phantom patrols in Holland. Adaptability, Americans, improvised bridges under fire. Perhaps the starkest difference was in supply. Oberstleutnant Siegfried Westphal, Rommel's chief of staff, wrote, "While we counted bullets, Americans threw away half-used ammo boxes. Their trucks looked new after 1,000 miles. Ours broke down after 200. In 1945, captured Wehrmacht General Anton Dostler was asked why Germany lost. His reply, "Your trucks never broke down. Ours never worked." Beyond tactics, Germans were fascinated by American psychology. Hauptmann Alexander Stahlberg of the 11th Panzer Division wrote in his memoir Bound in Duty, "They fight not for Führer or fatherland, but because it's Tuesday. When we captured a GI near Metz, he asked for a Coke and baseball scores, not political demands." A declassified 1944 Gestapo report, B-Arch R58345, analyzed US POWs. 78% expressed no hatred for Germans, only desire to finish the job and go home. This apolitical attitude confused our interrogators. The British inspired equal fascination. Lieutenant Hans von Lehndorff, a medic at Monte Cassino, noted, "Even with legs blown off, Tommies asked for tea first. Their officers led charges wearing neckties. It was beyond comprehension." Captain Lieutenant Heinz Schäfer's U-boat log, May 1945, records captured Royal Navy sailors demanding proper tea time despite being prisoners, a moment he called the most British thing I ever witnessed. Decades later, the divide endured. When American 101st Airborne veteran David Webster met former Wehrmacht soldier Peter Reese in 1980, their conversation said it all. Webster asked, "Who scared you more, us or the British?" Reese replied, "You had the machines, they had the soul." Two armies, one victory, and a German verdict that still resonates. As Lieutenant Walter Kasper summed it up in his 1945 diary, the British fought with tradition. The Americans fought with the future.